Smash stance, it's the first stance that you start Black Myth Wukong with. Arguably, this is the stance that is going to have the most powerful build in the entirety of the game. And if it is not the most powerful build, it certainly is going to be one of the most powerful builds in the entirety of the game, that it can actually not be negated by anything else, like for example, Immobilize can be. In this case scenario, I'm going to show you how does the weapon works, how to use it better, what's the best possible gear and armor to make a powerful build, as well as the spells that you should be using to take advantage of the overall Smash stance right here. But the gist of everything, what does Smash stance do? Well, it doesn't have that much range as the pillar stance and the thrust stance have. However, the Smash stance has mobility, it has hyper armor, and it has defensiveness, so it is going to be a little bit more leaning into a kind of a defensive kind of play style, that it's also going to allow you to be very aggressive by being defensive at the same time. So the left row of your talents that you have right here in the Smash stance, it's all going to be focused on charging your heavy attacks. The first talent is going to allow you to sprint while you are charging the heavy attack, which is just a game changer. And the rest of everything, it just gives you defense and then more damage, and then finally doing perfect dodges while you are heavy charging your heavy attack right here. It's going to retain the focus that has been built up until that point. Now, interestingly enough, this is the only weapon that has somewhat of a parry system, and essentially the combos that you can have right here are just two. So this is all going to be while you are doing a light attack combo animation. If you see through the enemy, which is the parry system that is specifically only used on this pillar stance right here, on this stance right here, it cannot be used on the pillar stance, it cannot be used on the thrust stance. If you press heavy attack while you have a focus point and you're pressing that heavy attack on the timing of a parry, which is much more forgiving here on Black Myth Wukong than in games like Souls-like would be, for example. So it's somewhat very easy to perform parries in here. The window, it's really good. So essentially you can either go two ways. If you press you'll have the combo right here, so your mid-light combo, and then you press the heavy attack, and then you continue with your mid-light combo. The light attack combo is going to continue, but on the third combo. So if you would be pressing, like for example, the light attack 3 times, meaning that you can finish the light attack combo faster, and it's also going to build your focus faster. However, if on the other hand you are mid-light combo, then you press the heavy attack if you manage to see through the enemy or parry the enemy, and then you perform one more heavy attack, you're going to do a Skyfall Strike, which is going to consume 1 extra focus point to deal damage to the enemy. Remember that at this point you have somewhat of a hyper armor because you to some extent blocked the attack that the enemy did on you. And then the final 2 talents are just going to be extra little somethings that are going to increase the damage and the overall potential of that specific mechanic. So Invigoration, it's going to increase the focus that you gain when you actually parry the enemy, and then the vantage point, depending on how many points that you have, the focus points that you use when you actually did the Skyfall, that's going to deal more damage. Additionally to that, the spell that you should want to be using for the most powerful build with this stance, it is going to be Cloud Step. Why? Because Cloud Step enters you into this invincible state that the enemy cannot see you. You increase your damage, you can turn your charge attack that you can keep charging while you're on Cloud Step, and it is going to increase the damage because it's going to turn it into an Unveiling Strike, which is going to naturally deal more damage, and it's also going to allow you to build the extra critical hit chance that you have right here. So all of those points that you have right here for the Cloud Step are going to benefit from the Smash stance because you can run while sprinting because of your staff stance. If you combine that with the Pilgrim's Garb, which is the basic armor set that I would advise for you to make this build or to use with this stance, when you are sprinting, each second that you spend sprinting, and you can remember that you can upgrade your armor at the blacksmith of the game, it is going to increase your attack power. So it's just all consequential, linking everything each other. With the weapon, you do have a little bit more freedom because there's many weapons that are going to benefit in here. More often than not, you're going to want to have the one that deals more damage, but for example, with the mythical one, the June Gun Bang, which you can get at the end of the game, which is not that ideal because then again you get it until until the end of the game, and it is going to be a part of a different set that anyways it's going to benefit from this build. But for example, my recommendation would be sometimes as well to use the Spike Shaft Staff, which you can get on the 4th chapter of the game if I am not mistaken, because it's going to gain you focus every time that you see through the enemy, and if you become good at parrying and you are actually performing a lot of parrying, this is going to build focus like a maniac, and it's going to yield you damage like a maniac in consequence for that. Additionally, you can also use the Cloud Pattern Stone Staff, which is going to increase the damage of your Smash Stance heavy attacks, and if you upgrade it to the Legendary version, I don't have the Mythical version, but I'm guessing that it is going to be somewhat on the same thing. It is going to increase your defense, but also when you're using the heavy charge attacks with your Smash Stance, it is going to make this lava effect in the ground that it is going to deal more damage. So yeah, it is a very, very good idea to follow the questline for this weapon, for the Samadhi crystals, if you can, because this is also a very, very good option for you to use with the Smash Stance, and you're still using the focus points, which then again you're still going to be using with the Pilgrim Armor and with the Cloud Step. Anyways, that's everything that you need to know about the Smash Stance weapon, the combos that you can do, the movements that you can do, the best weapons, the best armor, the best possible build that you're going to have with this stance. And yes, I would say that it is the most powerful of them all. If you like the content, so like and never super appreciate it. Most of you today, you're a gorgeous, beautiful person. You're in the gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful person. Subscribe to the channel, join the Discord. Have a beautiful day and goodbye.